Hi, everybody. Melanie, Joyce. We've got David, Tiffany. Gracie's here. Thanks, Gracie.
Hi guys.
Hi, Joyce. You made
Hey,
it.
hi.
Hi. Nice to meet you.
Right? Oh my gosh, this is awesome. This is just so accessible for everybody. Hi, Gracie.
Hi, you guys.
Hi, Aunt
Going?
Tiffany.
I I don't know if are we all supposed to see each other? I don't know how this works.
Yes, that's totally fine. I think there's another way I can do it where it's whoever's speaking gets big, but I think that that's actually might be a setting for you.
Oh, I don't know. I'm not sure. Let me see.
Or
Oh,
or,
got
or
it.
we can also stay with Adam's family style, whichever you
I
prefer.
got it. Oh, my brother.
Hey, y'all.
Hi, David. Thanks for helping
Hi.
me with my finger injury. David had a similar finger injury to me, so
Oh no.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I forgot all about that.
Hi, Nancy.
Oh, my gosh.
Hi everybody.
Hi, Nicole.
Nancy.
Oh, hi, Nance.
Hi.
Nicole's here.
Well, this is awesome. A little virtual family reunion, practically.
Yeah.
This is great.
It's nice to see you all.
This is Thomas, my husband.
Hi.
Hi,
How you
I
doing?
think
Thomas.
we met before you were married,
Cool.
a long time ago.
Wow. Yeah, we've been together 13 years and we've only been married like two and a half.
Wow.
Yeah.
You guys met when you were 12 or 13, I guess.
No,
That's
like
us.
20, 22, 23.
Oh, gosh.
But
How old was that?
my name is Aranda. I'm Dusty's daughter. And thank you guys all for being here. It's so amazing that we can connect all from different places. So yeah. Um, Danny and Lynn couldn't be here today. Lynn has dementia and she needs to be
Yeah.
watched 24 hours. And we asked her if she was up for it today. And she pretty much she fed the cats caramel corn this morning, so she's having a
Oh no.
hard day.
Oh,
Oh,
gosh.
But I did just visit her. We all exchanged gifts and just had a lot of fun. She's taking a nap, and then we're gonna go out to dinner later tonight. So I'm really sorry that you can't see her.
Oh,
This
that's
just would be
okay.
really confusing and hard for her to process.
Yeah.
Thanks for
Yeah.
understanding. But yeah, let's go around and I guess I'll prompt for who to go. I'll probably go in a row from how I see you guys, which might be different on your screen, but that's okay. We'll just do like a brief intro, how you know Dusty or your relationship to Dusty, and where you're broadcasting from. So we'll go person to person. And when all that's done, I'll just do kind of a, share some stuff about Dusty that I love about her, and then we'll go person to person sharing memories. So does that work?
Okay. That
Sure,
Sure.
works.
good.
Cool. All
sounds
right,
great.
Joyce, tell us how you know Dusty and where you're broadcasting from.
Oh, we're in Missouri. That's my husband Patrick. And
Hi.
she was
Hi
We've been
Pat, hi
together.
Joyce.
Yeah, good
hi
to see
Nancy.
you.
She's my niece and Nancy's niece. And I think I'm about maybe 8 or 10 years older than Dusty. And so I've known her since really a long time. But um, growing up years, we didn't get to see much of each other. So I'm anxious to learn more about her, but
Yeah.
we'll hear more about her from you, Aranda.
Right? Oh man, yeah. All right, Tiffany, how about you?
Um, well, she's my sister. She was my sister. Um, we hadn't seen each other in a very, very long time, but we kept in touch by phone and Facebook Messenger, um, every few months, probably. Um, and we would always pick up right where we left off. And we would have like 3 and 4 hour conversations every time we talked. So that was wonderful since, it was hard for her to get here and hard for me to get there. And I, oh, I am 7 years younger than her, and I am in Marlin, Texas. That's where I'm videoing from. I don't know if y'all can see me or not.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we see
I
you.
can see you. Hi.
Hi.
Nice
Okay,
to
you
meet
can.
you.
Okay. This nice to meet you too. Um Gosh, I don't even know what else to say. So that's my part in this. And I'm really, really looking forward to hearing from everybody else, how they knew her and memories from everybody. So
So
Awesome. Thanks, Tiffany.
Tiffany
you're welcome.
is your sisters through the same father?
My dad, yeah. David, yes.
And are
Who
there other
and
sisters and brothers?
yes, David down here in the corner. Well, he's in the corner for me. I don't know where he is on yours, but David is my brother. Um, and then we have another brother also. But my dad also, like Lynn, has dementia, and so
Oh,
he was not able to be here. So
Oh, I'm sad to hear that.
thank you.
All right. And now next on my list here, going left to right, I've got Gracie Siebert. Hi, Gracie. So good to see
Hi,
you.
Hi,
Gracie.
Hey, Gracie.
hi.
hi.
I'm Gracie Wallenberg Siebert, and I'm
Nice
Thomas's.
to meet you. I keep getting disconnected.
Okay. Let's see. Who said that? Nancy?
Nancy, I think.
Okay. That's okay. We'll keep going. Sorry, Gracie.
Okay, so I'm Thomas's mother's sister. That's
Oh
who.
wow,
That's how
okay.
I'm connected. So I only met Dusty at my sister's funeral back in
Mhm.
May. Um, but I had met Aranda maybe a couple of times before that visit. Um, I I met her like in a dark hallway in their house before they were married, and she came and spent the night over, with Thomas back in the back bedroom, way back there. Uh,
Oh,
it was so sweet. The kids back in the back. I live in South Carolina, North Carolina, Charlotte, North Carolina. So I
okay.
only got out to visit my sister every 10 years or something like that. Few and far between. But when Aranda came into their lives, things were really bright. Things were brightening up. So having just met
Mhm.
Dusty, on a sad occasion of my sister's death, um, I just, my heart went out to her, and having known Aranda, um, and seeing how she lit up everybody's life all around her, including the little dogs. I mean, I figure she's got to have an awesome, awesome mom.
Yeah.
So, so that's all I know about Dusty, and I'm anxious to learn more. So,
Oh, thank
Thanks for
you.
being here, Aunt Gracie.
yeah, you're welcome.
Means a lot.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you. Nice to meet all of you.
All right. Next on my list is Melanie. Melanie, if you could introduce yourself, where you're broadcasting from, and how you know Dusty, that'd be great.
Hi, my name is Melanie. Thank you for allowing me to join the service today. I know Dusty from Aloha House. We were both caregivers there. Then the hospice nurse actually helped her get a job there because they used to work together. And so that's how I know Dusty. And we became really close friends and went out to dinner. And I kind of helped her a little bit when she was starting to have more difficulties near the end. I would visit her and whatnot. So that's how I know your mom.
It's nice to meet you.
Where are you, Melanie?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm from Red Bluff, California.
Makes sense.
Yep.
Thank you. Thanks for being here.
Yeah, thank
getting
you.
disconnected, but I'm glad you were able to be there with her and see her and visit with her. That means a lot.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm already starting to cry, you guys.
Yeah,
Stop.
we are too.
All right, I've got David Bowman next on my list. Hey, Uncle.
Hey, you guys. Sorry about the dog. Dusty was obviously my sister, oldest sister on my dad's side. Tiffany was the middle, and then I was the younger brother. And I'm coming to y'all out of Kingwood, Texas, right outside of Houston. Tons and tons of good memories of Dusty. She was just a gentle heart and a kind soul and the most wonderful person. And have a lot of really, really great memories of her. And I hadn't seen her in forever. I think the last time I talked to her was maybe a year and a half ago. You know, you kind of get into working your life away and you blink and 20 years goes by, you know.
Yeah.
And so I'm so glad that you're doing this, and looking forward to hearing more about her, and just happy to finally see you guys.
I know it's nice to virtually meet you. This is
Finally,
awesome.
I see so much of you and or your mom and you now that I'm seeing you kind of in a live feed. It's just it's touching a really soft place in my heart right now. So thank you for doing this.
Absolutely.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, next I have iPhone 286. Introduce yourself. We're all curious. We got the mystery woman in the room. And you are muted, so I'm going to ask you to unmute here.
I don't know if she can hear you.
Okay.
That's Melissa. That's my cousin Melissa.
Okay.
And she's kind of hiding from the camera, but she did she wanted to hear what everybody else had to say, but I don't know if she has that part of it figured out. So that's who that is. And I think she's embroidering or something.
That's
hey, Melissa.
I love it. Okay, awesome. All right, Nancy Brookins, go ahead, introduce yourself, where you're broadcasting from, and how you know Dusty.
Oh, I'm Dusty's aunt. 5 years older than Dusty. And that's the first time I met her. We went to Texas and I got to meet her. And she was adorable. And it was kind of neat to be her aunt and be 5 years older than her. I got to hang out with her quite a bit growing up, actually. Summers and different things on the ranch. And sometimes, well, one particular time I really enjoyed was when Tom and Lynn first moved up to this area in Marin, and Tom was working at the zoo. I came up here, I was a teenager, and I watched Dusty, and Dusty and I went to the zoo with Tom, and we got to groom the ponies and mess around the whole zoo, and it was so much fun. We had so much fun. And then we'd go on other adventures too, because it was right by the ocean and there was cliffs, dangerous cliffs, but we were always climbing around and hiking around and getting into a little bit of mischief here and there. And it was so much fun though. I mean, it was, you know, Dusty loves nature and she loves animals. So it was just a great place to start. And then they got the ranch over in Crockett. And Joyce and Pat, I think, went up there too. We went up with the family a lot, and we spent summers up there, sometimes as teenagers, caretaking the ranch and hanging out. And Dusty always had a lot of critters, a lot of little animals. She had this little mouse named Mr. Whiskers. And Mr. Whiskers would get out in the middle of the night, and it would get up underneath this beautiful couch that Tom and Linda had in the living room, and it would run back and forth underneath me where I was sleeping. And I'm like, Dusty, Mr. Whiskers is out again. So we always had some little thing going on with the animals or the chickens. She had a dog named Scout that was Just amazing dog. He would catch the chickens if they got out and hold them for us, and we'd get them back in the pen. And it was just a lot of fun, And then later on in life, Dusty lived with me and my husband for a while. She had a little separate house out back in Willits and spent some time there. And that was really a nice time because I was starting to do a lot more painting then. And Dusty's very, very, very crafty. She did a lot of leather work, a lot of bead work. I think I still have some of her earrings that she made. And one particular time, I'm going to mention you, Aranda, in this particular instance, because it was so funny. You guys all came out to my little cottage at Stinson Beach, and you were about 5, 6 years old. And Dusty was there. My mom was there. Joyce, I think you were there. Yeah, because I remember something about spiders, right? But we were all on the beach and really having fun. And this is really about you, Aranda, because this is something that happened to you and me. And we're all kind of camping out. And Dusty had brought these birds there for me, little baby birds that fell out of a nest in a box that I had to now spoon feed every 2 hours.
That was always something happening at our house.
Yes. So she brought those little swallows there, and I was doing that. But you were on the beach, and you and I were building a sand castle like dragon.
I remember the dragon. It was very elaborate and beautiful.
I have
a picture of it in my mind.
And all kinds of things. It was really neat. And so time came and we were all hanging out on the beach, really enjoying being with your grandma. Lynn was there and everybody was there, and I was really enjoying having the family time. But you need to go to the bathroom, and I did too. So the sand was really hot. We started running back to the cottage, which was just over a knoll. And I had a big knee brace on because my knee was messed up from surgery still, and I was limping. So I'm trying to catch up, and we're getting over the hill. But as we're just getting over the little knoll, a patrol car, a beach car, a big Jeep stopped and said, "Stop, stop." And I'm like, is he talking to me? I couldn't think he was talking to me. Why would he be talking to me? And so we ran off to we're just 3 houses away from the knoll. So we ran to the cottage, and you were in the bathroom, and I was getting us something to drink, and knock, knock, knock on the door. It's the patrolman from the beach. And he said, "Do you have a little girl in there?"
Oh my God.
And I said, "Yes, she's my niece." And he said, "Get her right now, please." And there's another a man with him, and it's her daughter, and he's claiming it's his daughter. And I'm like, "I don't think so. This is my niece. Her mom's on the beach." And he said, "Just get the little girl, please, get the little girl." So I'm knocking on the door. "Miranda, honey, you got to come out right now." So it took a minute, but you obliged, you got it together and came out, and they realized, oh, it really looks like my daughter, but it isn't my daughter.
Oh my God.
So they went back to their search, but they came back, they found her. She was just down the beach a little ways, and they came back and they stopped to let us know they found her. But meanwhile, nobody on the beach, not your mom, not my mom, not Joyce, not anybody noticed what was going on over the knoll with the patrol.
Wow.
So it was so funny later on. But at the time, it was like they asked me for your ID. Of course, I said, "I don't have her ID. I'm her aunt. Her mom's on the beach right there. She's right there. We can go talk to her." So it was, it was a little bit dicey there for a minute, but I'm laughing now.
That's so scary.
It's nice to know that story. Thanks, Nancy. We're gonna circle back with more memories in a little bit, but I want to. There's still one person for introduction, and that's my cousin Nikki. So if she wants to introduce herself.
Okay, I'm in Sausalito, by the way. Still.
Oh, in Sausalito.
Oh, I love Sausalito.
It's her place is gorgeous, and she can see deer from the back window. It's just so amazing. So
The coyote was going off last night, and I was working in the yard, and he was looking at me yesterday.
cute.
I didn't even know it.
All right, Aunt Nancy, we'll
Thank
circle
you.
back with more memories. Let's continue with the last brief intro, and then we'll be back to you soon. Nikki?
I'm Nicole. My mom is Tiffany, and then my uncle is David, and then my aunt was Dusty.
I blitzed out again.
I, coming from Texas, born and raised pretty much my entire life, so I've had a pretty much long distance relationship with Dusty. She's always, even if we weren't very talkative, she was always there. She was always very present with my boys who are currently eating dinner right now and actually being quiet. She was just always so sweet and always had the best heart and just wanted the best for everybody that she knew and met. And I missed that. I missed any time that she saw something that she thought I would like, she would make sure I got it. And I miss her.
Yeah.
One of my boys just walked by. You want to see Nana? Come here. This is my middle son, Hayden.
Hey, Hayden.
Hi.
How you doing, buddy?
There.
Hi, Nana.
That's your Uncle
Hi,
David.
honey.
Hi, Uncle David.
That's my cousin,
Hi.
Miranda.
Hi, Miranda.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you.
You ready to go by? All right. No, you're good. Thank you. But yeah, that's about me. I'm not sure what else to say.
Thanks for being here. Aw. And I see that my friend Chelsea just joined in. Chelsea, we're just doing a brief intro for now, and we're going to circle back for more memories of Dusty in a little bit. But if you could just tell us your name, where you're broadcasting from, and your relationship to Dusty for the group, that'd be great. Oh, and you're muted, so you might just want to press unmute.
There it is. Okay. All right. My name's Chelsea. I am broadcasting from South Carolina. I know Dusty because my mom and Aranda's mom were really close while I was growing up. And then she was always like coming by to visit. We'd always have a big Christmas party every year that, Aranda and Dusty and everyone would show up too. And yeah, it's, she was a really sweet lady, and glad that I was able to come and do this to see and hear some more of her stories.
Yeah, we're really happy to see you, Chelsea.
Glad to see you guys too.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you guys.
Nice to meet you. The Carolinas are really beautiful. I really like it back there.
Yeah, it's very pretty here, except we have snow right now, which is a little wild.
Yeah. It's cool.
Aw, awesome. Well, she would love that we're all here together, talking about her.
And we all miss her.
She was quite the showgirl. She would just love the idea of this. And, she loved the futuristic aspect of life and how nifty it was that we were able to do this. So, but yeah, what everyone is saying about her being really gentle and compassionate, that's absolutely true. Adoring animals, obviously big part of her character. Just, she always had so many exotic pets growing up. We had parakeets, parakeet, iguanas. I had a rat, but it was never as cool as what I've heard about Mr. Whiskers, who apparently was her alarm clock every morning when she was younger and had Mr. Whiskers. He would come over on a little ramp she built from from like its cage to her bed, and she said he would nibble at her face to wake her up, give her little rat kisses. Yeah, so such an animal person, always rescuing dogs, rescuing cats, rescuing horses, like going above and beyond for her animals. Above all, she loved to dance. She was a dancer, and I just thought that was so cool, how amazing. Like she could do so many cool things with her body. Like she could do these crazy splits, and she loved the sun, just always like soaking up the sun. She'd put heaps and heaps of tanning oil on and go out and just bake. And that was her favorite. Like summer was her favorite season by far. Camping, we went camping all the time, kayaking all the time.
Yeah, she was always trying to get us in a boat.
We did like
We
overnight.
talked about that a lot.
Yeah.
She loved her trips up there with you guys to go kayaking.
Yeah, we would go like on overnighters on Sacramento River and like pack a bunch of stuff in an extra like tiny raft that we pulled on our kayaks and just like camp out on a random island somewhere. It was so fun. So adventurous, no fear. Yeah, so and I wanted to talk about also Native American culture and how important that was to her. She was always learning new stuff. And I thought that was just so cool and just like amazing that she had the heart to care about that kind of culture and to really embrace that. I'm actually Aunt Nancy mentioned about her craftiness, so I'm wearing something she made.
Wow.
Oh,
Beautiful.
oh yeah.
Oh, that's beautiful.
It's got buttons on the bottom. It has like a cinchy. It's
Yeah.
long
That's
and
so
flowy.
cool.
It's got pockets.
Cute.
I
All
love it.
right.
I love that. It's got pockets.
Yeah. It's so perfect. And she has another vest that I have too. And unfortunately, I don't know if I'll get any of her jewelry because she did have that unfortunate trailer fire just months before she passed, which is so terrible. But she does have a storage unit of stuff. So I will be going through that in hopes to find, hopefully some of her jewelry and stuff that she made. So she loved music. She loved live concerts, blues and rock, because she loved such a dancer, right? Yeah, so I shared a little bit about her, and we've all shared a little bit, but I'm going to open it to the group. Anybody who wants to go and share a memory, I'm opening it to you guys.
Do you want to moderate them, each one of them, or do you just want to?
I'm just gonna do open. I'm not gonna call anyone out. This is kind of just like open Q&A and just keeping it Dusty focused is all I ask. So
Yeah.
Got a couple of memories. I mean, my earliest memories in life, obviously, she was there for, from my very first days. And I must have been 5 years old. I think we were living in Laredo at the time. Tons and tons of good memories of her just reading books to me, tickling me until I couldn't breathe anymore. And I must have been a motor mouth when I was little because she would, it's kind of funny. She would like put a sock in my mouth to get me to be quiet because I just wouldn't shut up. And I remember one time, well, there's a couple of memories from that era or that time. I had found this dog, this huge German Shepherd, I think it was, and brought it home, took ownership of it. It was a stray that was just wandering the streets, and named the thing Oscar. And the second she laid, talk about rescuing, the second she laid eyes on that dog, she rescued that dog for me, luckily for that dog, and renamed it Taboo. And I thought that was the coolest thing in the world. Definitely an animal lover. She had a connection to the earth. She was a free spirit.
That was in Laredo.
In Laredo, yeah.
Yeah.
And finding out that she was a dancer, I didn't know that part. which is such a big deal because my daughter Sadie, who's 16, has been a dancer like for life, and she was born. I have absolutely no rhythm and cannot dance, but she was born with rhythm from the day she hit this earth, and she's just the most beautiful, gentle, wonderful dancer. So it's nice to know that that's kind of a connection to Dusty there. And there was one time I was coming home from school in Laredo, and kids would pick on me sometimes. And this kid came over and ripped this little necklace off of my neck that Dusty had given me. And I got home. Of course, I was in tears, crying like a little crybaby. And she immediately grabbed my hand, walked me over to that kid's house, which must have been a half a mile away, and knocked on the door and got that necklace back for me. And
All right.
she was about, taking care of things and doing the right thing and watching out for me because I was so little. And so that's just a few of the memories. And one more I'll add real quick is that when I graduated from high school, I had no idea that she was going to be there, and she showed up and she stood there. And that's one of my favorite memories of her, is that she was there for that, and I have pictures of it. And so that was
you'll have to
special
share those
because
pictures.
I think she must have come from California, but I'm not sure, to be there. So that was a big deal. And so yeah, she was a beautiful soul. I mean, gentle. I don't think ever said a mean word to anybody that I've ever heard of. She was just such a wonderful person and such a sweetheart. And I'm gonna miss her. And I hated the fact that she was so far away, all the way in California, and us being over here. And it just, so much time had gone by. And one other memory, I don't want to hog the thing, but I remember when we went to a state fair one time, and I think she was working in the old time photo booth. And I thought it was such a cool thing because just the way she was dressed and the life she was living, and it was just a free spirit thing. And so that was a good memory for me.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks for reminding me, David, because all the jobs she's told me she's had, I'm gonna have to start sketching those down, and we'll circle back to that in a bit.
Okay.
Yeah, I like that you told us her that necklace, because she was such a kind person on the inside, and she did have a strong sense of fairness and justice, I feel.
Yeah.
I'll go next. I'll you know, shoot.
It's okay.
I mean, me and Dusty just had so much fun together. That was the thing, is she was just a master of fun. And I always like to sort of plan things and get groups of people, herd groups of people into fun situations. And man, when we would get together, me and Dusty, we would just be leading the pack with a dozen people behind us, like, where are we gonna go next? Let's do this next, let's do that next. And we didn't always have the same idea of, maximizing all the fun we were going to have, but it was nice to be able to, let go of those fun reins and let her go with it, because she was be like, we're going to dinner at this place, and then we're going to float the river, and then we're all going to go here, and when the two of us were together, we just, it was an unstoppable tornado of fun. And I just loved having her around for all that.
That's great.
Yeah.
She adored you. She adored you. She had so many good things to say about you. And she would tell me I don't have to worry about Aranda now because, uh
Yeah, I think I really miss her. I really miss her.
yeah.
I think one of my fondest memories was probably just I mean, we had a lot of lake days and beach days. The three of us were all beach bum. But I think that very first time at Whiskeytown Lake was definitely, I remember that was when I finally got to know her, and realized what a bundle of fun she was, when she just was like popped open her trunk and it was just full of floaties ready to go. And And she had the cooler with snacks ready to go, and the dog, and and she was just a suave 50-year-old woman floating around in the lake with us, and
Yeah.
such a flirt, such a flirt.
Definitely. She did adore Thomas, and that's one of the major reasons I chose him because she was always such a good judge of character.
Yeah.
That's all I have to say, I think, for now.
I have some good memories of her, starting when she was like 5 years old. She was a stinker. She loved to say it was opposite day. And so anything she was doing wrong, you could not correct her because it's opposite day.
You're right,
Um,
Joyce. She also did you have to do everything backwards day.
Yeah.
And she was adamant about that. You had to walk backwards, you had to talk backwards. And she'd make you do it too.
I'll always remember that. And the big thing for me was, I love the beach and swimming too. And one day she came up to me and said, "We need to go kayaking." Well, that's something I had never done. And I was kind of afraid I'd look like a fool out there, because I didn't know what I was doing. I said, "Come on, I've got inflatable kayaks." So we went to Point Reyes and we kayaked all around. And after that, I was a kayaker. It was great.
Oh, that's awesome.
We've got inflatable kayaks now.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
cool.
sounded like her when you said, "Come on."
If
Sounded just like
anybody's
her.
if anybody sounds like her, here you, it's Tiffany. You sound just like her. Her voice is really, really jogging my memory.
Mm.
Oh, thank you for saying that. I'm gonna cry now.
He was very happy, Joyce, that she converted you into becoming a kayaker. She talked about it many times. She was very proud of that.
It was fun. And I don't know why I was hung up, but she eased me on into the water.
Yeah.
Amazing.
That's really a cool story. I had a memory on my Facebook this morning that Dusty had put on my page, and it was a boat with a bed in it, and it was all very elaborate. She said, "Here's something I thought you would like. Welcome to Dreamland." And I just, those little things are just so touching.
Yeah.
They really
Yeah.
are. She was such a sweet person. And I just really feel like we didn't have enough time to do everything we wanted to do. So I hope
Yeah.
we get to the next phase.
Yeah, that's nice to look forward to. I hope so too. She's always giving us gifts. In fact, a week before she passed, this is just crazy. She had not planned on going as soon as she did because, and neither we were very surprised as well. A week before she passed, she bought a bunch of gifts for Thomas and I for Christmas. And Danny, my step grandpa, was sweet enough to wrap them all. So we opened gifts.
Just now.
Oh,
Oh, wow.
No.
That's sweet. That's so sweet. She's so thoughtful.
Very.
She was so good at making things. I just loved all her creativity. She was so talented, and she put so much thought and energy into the things that she did.
Sorry.
Yeah, we all need some Kleenex, I think.
Once it starts, it doesn't stop. I think it's genetic.
Yeah.
I think we're happy and sad all at once because we had her in our life.
Yeah. She was always thinking of other people, always. And she would see something and think, so and so would like this, so and so would love this. Always, always, always with an encouraging word, always. Um, just never had an ill word to say about anybody. I remember when we lived in Laredo and she was there with us, and she must have heard me say, Miranda, I think I already told you this story, but she must have heard me say something about somebody. I mean, I was in fourth grade. I didn't, but it was a good lesson for me because she heard me and she walked out on the porch and she said, I would hate to think what you have to say about me. And that I will never forget. That was such a big lesson for me, to always be careful about what you have to say about other people and to always be kind. Um, and that was just such a, I have so many memories of our time there in Laredo with her. Just we had such a tiny house. It was just a little, David, I don't know how much you remember of it, but it was a tiny two-bedroom house. So mom hung, and the bedrooms were just minute.
Two
Mom
bed,
hung a
one bath.
blanket down the middle of the bedroom, and poor Dusty was in high school, and I was just this little fourth grader. She had to share a room with me with that blanket hanging down the middle, but she was always so gracious and never treated me like she resented me for anything. You know, but anyways, just really good memories of that time with her. And she was so creative. She taught me how to do the little belly dancing symbols, and how to belly dance and things like that. She was just such an amazing older sister, and I adored her. I just idolized her. Um, I have a million good memories of her, but I'll leave it at that.
This is really awesome for me to hear this other whole side of her life
Yeah,
that I never heard.
Yeah.
yeah,
It's really nice hearing all these stories. I really appreciate you talking about her.
yeah.
Because we're on the West Coast and we would get to see her certain times of the year and
Right, right.
not get to communicate during other times of the year. So it means a lot, and it means a lot to connect with you as well.
Yeah.
Well, I think it might have been David who mentioned one of her many jobs. Well, I have just a few listed. I mean, but besides her pole dancing, which she did from probably age 18 or younger, I don't know, up until 45 years old.
Wow. Wow.
She's such a Leo. Also, she loves zodiac, so I get that from her a little bit. She loved being the center of attention and she ate it up. And I think that's why she loved being on stage so much. Yeah, she actually did a tour in Canada where she hit
Really?
several stages, and the theme was that she was the leading dominatrix. And she wore all black leather and had a whip, and all the other ladies were her minions. And the funniest part of the whole skit was she'd take a man who definitely had a friend with him to the stage and put him in a chair and blindfold him and give him a lap dance. Well, shortly after, she would grab his friend that was with him and made his friend do the lap dance on his buddy
Oh, that's funny.
Blindfold on.
with the
Yes.
blindfold on. And so I guess the whole crowd would be roaring in laughter. She loved that. Making people laugh was one of her favorites. I honestly think, well, actually, she would tell me that a lot of her job at the, dance studios that she worked at, where it was connecting with people and listening and talking, conversating at the bar. So
Yeah.
I could totally see that because she's not only was she an eye catcher, obviously, but she had an amazing personality. I'm sure, lonely dudes passing through just loved, somebody to listen to them. So. But she also did temporary tattoos at fairs. She absolutely loved
Oh,
fairs.
yeah.
that was one of the things, besides the photo booth that David was talking about. So in the photo booth, she was in charge of fashion. She didn't actually take the pictures, but she was teamed up with the guy who was the photographer, but she dressed the people, which is so her, right? And she
Yeah,
probably made some of the stuff for the booth. That's
probably.
I had my picture taken with my family there at Santa Rosa at one of the fairs she was at. And my boys were there too. So somebody has those photos. One of the family members has them. I don't know who has them. They were left in a trunk at my mom's house. But she, we had trouble finding her for number one, but and it was real hot that day. But we did find them, and it was a really neat setup. And she was really good. She dressed the people, helped them get dressed because they had different outfits, you know, for the period. And I had two little boys, and they got in the photo too. And the guy that was the photographer was very cool. And they did. We got 4 different pictures, and they were really, really cool, really nice keepsakes. And we had them up for years. Like I said, they're still with the family photos somewhere. I think they're at one of Diane's daughter's house in a trunk. But I don't have them right now, so I kind of missed that. But they were very, very cool. She had some cool jobs. When she lived
Yeah,
with
she
me,
did.
she was working at this place that made scents, all kinds of different scents and soaps, and put them in baskets. And so she'd come home with little tidbits of this or that was left over and she would put together in different things. And she loved doing that. And she was such a gorgeous girl, even if she went out for a walk
Yeah,
or this or that. Guys would follow her home. I mean, she was, you know, she'd bring her a flower.
with her long blonde hair. Yeah.
Yeah, she was just such a sweetheart that, you know, everybody wanted to be friends with her. And she seemed to get along real well with my 2 sons, and they just loved her. She brought them a big wooden truck one time she came to visit. And, you know, she was always doing stuff for them when she was staying with us, too. So that was, it was neat. We had a good time. And like I said, I do miss not getting all the time we wanted to do to share and do stuff together. Our family lives kind of took over, and you know, distance took over. But and she had a lot of interest. She loved going up to Shasta. She wanted to go there. She told me last time I spoke to her, she was getting the dogs ready to go, but she couldn't make it. So she was hanging out at the ranch, and that's the last time I talked with her. But I'm glad we got to speak, and I'm glad that she did stay there and got good care from the family. And like I said, there's just no replacing her, you know. It was unexpected for me. I didn't expect her to go so soon. I was hoping we'd have more time.
There's never enough time.
Not with Dusty. That's because she was always planning. We would never be able to keep up with all of her plans. We'd be done with one thing, and she'd be like, "So, next summer, 2-week-long trip."
You guys, she
okay?
was planning, I swear, up until the day she was gone. She was planning. Well, Nancy, that I have a question then with the scents. She told me that she made perfumes in New Orleans. Was that New Orleans where she got the perfume?
No, this was she went to New Orleans. I think that was before or after. She was married to that Steve Moore at the time.
Did she live in Algiers? Did she live across on Algiers Point? Or was it right in New Orleans?
Sounds familiar. She loved New Orleans though. She said she also sold muffins on the streets in New Orleans.
She worked on the floats.
Floats,
I remember.
yeah.
She was working on decorating some of the floats.
For
Okay.
Mardi Gras.
Yes.
That's cool. She loved Mardi Gras. She taught her parrot to say, "I want to go to Mardi Gras."
That's cute.
So silly.
Yeah, she liked birds a lot. I know she always handled mine really well. And that's why she brought me the ones that she did on the beach that time. I'm like, oh, I need this. I'm going to have to, every 2 hours, I had to feed those little birds, till they were able to fly off.
We raised a lot of baby birds together in my youth.
Yeah, they're sweet, I mean, she knows I collected strays. They just come to me, and I had 2 stray birds already, so she figured, well, here, Nance.
What's one more?
Yeah. Animals seem to do that. I have a lot of animals around here as well, a lot of wild ones, but this always ended up with I had 2 stray birds and a stray cat. So they just show up, And Dusty was kind of like that too with animals. They just gravitate to you, and they're yours. That's it. They're there, and she was really good with animals. She had a real good way with them. It was really nice, And I remember staying at the ranch, and a couple of the horses having foals and getting to be there when the babies were born with her and that. And it was she was still young then. She was about 11, 12. So it was real meaningful, and a way of life that she really embraced. And being at that ranch was a good place to be for the time. There was 100 acres on the Carquenes Straits, and a million places for a kid to have adventures, So that was a good time during that period. And she grew up a lot during that stage, and she was a great person. She was a good kid. I think she was anyway, compared to a lot of kids I've known and babysat. She was really sweet, and like Joyce was saying, and you were saying, but she was that Leo, and when she was determined, she was very determined, and she always wanted to do the right thing.
Good moral compass. Well, talking about her childhood, I also wanted to mention that she did have a traumatic brain injury at 3.
Yeah.
She fell back in a high chair. It was a freak accident, and she had to go to the hospital 3 different times. Brain bleed. So I think that they had to do that. She had this scar, that went all the way around, and I think they had to kind of open up the skull to relieve the pressure to save her life.
Wow.
Yeah, and it is really great that she had that medical care and got it as soon as she did. But I do think learning about brain injuries this day and age, I think it might have affected a little bit of her planning for structure. She was a great planning for fun person, but a little lacking in planning for self-care, planning for her, structure of her life. So and a little bit of the addiction, stuff can come from a brain injury, and I really do connect those two now that I know more about traumatic brain injuries.
My understanding of that was, if I may interject, is that when she was born, she had water on the brain and there was swelling, and she has 2 scars, one on each side.
Was it when she was born? Because she always told me it was the high chair.
She may have had another injury.
Wow.
But she has 2 scars, one on both sides, like this.
Yeah.
And I remember my mom, going back there and stuff. So I was pretty small, but that's my understanding. Now, I don't know if your grandma can remember any of that.
Grams has told Danny about the high chair incident, but nobody has told me about the at birth incident. But here's the thing too, is I know for sure Grams doesn't remember her birth because they used to just knock you out.
Yeah.
So I
And
asked
so
her,
now that kind of faded for her. But she
yeah,
remembers the fall, so that I do believe she probably did have to go and have that attended to as well. But anyway, so now you got the full story.
That's really good to know about that potential with the birth. I'll circle back with Danny about that and see if he knows any more.
Yeah, that'd be good to know.
I'm with Nancy. I'm with Nancy because that's what I heard at birth. she had blood clots or something, and yeah, both sides had scars. A little baby, it was pretty scary.
Yeah, it was for Lynn too, as I recall.
What year was that?
Had some problems with the.
What year would that be?
It would have been 59 when she was born.
Oh, yeah.
August 22nd.
I didn't know anything about that.
51.
Not either one of those.
I didn't know that either. Well,
Gosh.
this is great to learn more stuff about her.
Yeah, it is.
I always loved the way she dealt with horses really well. And
Yeah.
she loved them all. Her and Lynn loved those horses so much. Took good care of them.
Yeah.
And
I guess there's still horses there. I don't know.
Yeah.
No, the ranch is long gone. That ranch. Well, on your ranch, though, the other ranch where your mom was, they still had that. But the one on the that Pat's talking about on the
Crockett.
Street,
Yeah, they sold that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's gone. It's a housing
Where-
development now.
Where was the Calico Cafe? Anybody remember that?
Oh,
Roberta.
Okay. I went to visit Dusty when I was 13, and I just remember going to the Calico Cafe. We went to Stinson Beach. So somebody mentioned Stinson Beach, and I don't know if that was where you lived or but then we went to Calico Cafe, and I just remember they served me mountain oysters. And didn't tell me what they were. Didn't tell me what they were until I'd eaten them. And I just remember her with that grin on her face, like, just wait till she finds out. She was always a jokester. She loved to play practical jokes on people and stuff like that. I just remember that. That was so funny. I didn't think it was funny after I ate it and found out, but so I don't know. I guess that was Aranda, was that Lynn's mom's cafe? Or was that Lynn's cafe?
I think just
Lynn.
Lynn's cat. Yeah, Lynn's cat.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, you reminded me about her jokesterness. Whenever we shared a bowl of popcorn or shared the chips, I'd reach in to get one, and then she'd go kind of eye me and see which one I'm going to get without me noticing. And then she'd grab the one I was going to get or cover the chip,
Yeah.
You still do that to me.
I do that. I do that.
I remember she told me Captain Kangaroo died just to just to see how I would react, because that was back when I was watching Captain Kangaroo and stuff like that. But I remember she would take me places with her. I'm sure my mom made her take me and going to the movies for the very first time in my life to see Grizzly Adams with her and Glenn. I'll never forget that. But anyways, that was just one more memory of her.
Oh, that's sweet, though. It's just such good memories,
Yeah.
She was such a mystery, I feel like, to some of us. So
Yeah.
that you guys that have known her the longest are here to tell us a little bit more about her.
Yeah.
It was so hard to get the right story out of her sometimes.
Well, I got a few wild stories, but I'm not going to share those on here.
No, please. I mean, oh my gosh. Would you guys?
I'll tell you one.
Okay.
Your mom had this boyfriend that she met, and he was the coolest guy ever, and so smart, and he was just could fix anything and make it work. And his motorcycle, the forks, the pin came out of it, and so he strapped it together with a belt. And they rode that chopper all the way to where I was living. It was like over 100, almost 100 miles. And she didn't bat an eye. And it was all there together. And they stayed with us for quite a while. And he could cook anything. He was out catching crawdads and cooking them up. And we had venison, all kinds of stuff. And, just they would go camping. They'd go, oh, well, we're going to go camping down by, the mouth of the river over there for a couple of days. And then they'd come back, and it was just like they were taking a break from doing the regular jobs for, a few weeks and doing a lot of little side trips they wanted to do, which was neat, that she'd be able to fit those spaces into her life and, do what she wanted to do, which was, a little different than most people would do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, a little bit dangerous there, a little danger, but, it all worked out okay. And, always something like that going on. She was ready to meet the challenge.
Yeah, so adventurous and just no inhibition in some ways.
Yeah.
Think she's at your wedding?
Just went for it.
Yeah.
She's amazing.
I'll ask.
Well, are you guys okay with a 5-minute bio break if anyone needs to use the restroom or grab some water? Okay, we'll do that and I'll see you guys in 5 minutes, okay?
Okay.
Sounds good. How are you doing, Joyce?
Hi, Nancy.
Oh, hi, Nance.
Hey, Pat.
Haven't changed at all.
No, you haven't changed either. You guys look great, by the way.
We're doing okay.
Yeah.
We're actually doing great.
You are doing good. You've met all the challenges too along the way.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Chance is around here somewhere. I got to go try and find him to get
Oh,
him.
I'd like to see him.
I'll see if I can
Yeah.
browse him, and I'll be back in a minute. Mine keeps cutting out, so I'll hopefully stay on. But I'll be right back.
Okay.
All right.
I saw you, Hayden. Let's all sit here and stare at each other.
I can't even turn it off. It does it on its own. I'll get Chance if I can. I'll be right back.
All right.
So now I can't remember your name. Is it Misty or something like that?
We have Nikki, Nancy, Gracie, Melanie, David, me,
Oh,
Tiffany,
you're Tiffany.
and Melissa. Yeah.
So I always wondered, what her other life was like.
Yeah, me too.
Too. Yeah, she never really talked about it.
Yeah. She came to live with us when she was, she lived with us when I was really little before. Well, David was born, but he was a baby. She was living with us, and then we lived together in Laredo for a while. I guess I won't say too much, and I'll save it for when everybody comes back. But um, and then she went back to California. She would just like off and on come and stay with us, and then go back with her mom, back and forth, back and forth. And then the last time we lived together was, I believe it was 1976, and we moved to, I don't remember if we moved to Alamo when it was 75 or 76, but then that was the last time we actually lived together in the
Oh,
same house. So
and so
yeah,
how old were you then? 76.
I
I was
was
in the middle
10.
of third grade. I know that when we moved to
Yeah.
Alabama.
Oh,
Wow.
okay. I was
So
10 in 76. So, and she was in high school. She was 17 at that time.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
that must have been the end of 76.
Probably.
I think I remember in
Mm.
Laredo, we were there for the bicentennial celebration.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, exactly. That's how I remember it, because of the
so it
bicentennial.
must have been just after that.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. And she
Maybe
stayed
that.
there. She stayed in Laredo or maybe she went back to California at that time. I don't know. I just know we ended up going our own way, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then saw her, every once in a while after
Yeah.
that when she was able to come visit. And
Right. Yeah.
Well, my mom and dad always took in people. We always had people living with us, and Dusty's mom, Lynn, and her husband lived with us for a while, especially while Lynn's husband was in Vietnam. And so Dusty would come every now and then. And so I got to babysit. And that's
Was
when
that was that her husband, Tom? Would
that
that
was
have been Tom?
Lynn's husband, Tom.
Okay.
And yeah, after Dusty grew up, I really didn't get to see much of her.
Yeah. She stayed pretty much the same person throughout her life, I really think. Just free spirit and fearless and kind and yeah.
Yeah, well, she was living in Arizona for a long time, Joyce.
Oh yeah,
Remember?
that's true.
And
Out in
we went to
Yuma.
the one wedding in Vegas. Joyce,
Yeah,
remember that?
yeah, I sent some pictures to Aranda
Did you? Oh,
of the
cool.
wedding, yeah. And
Thank you. You sent them to my where?
well, I'm not exactly sure.
I'll let you know I'll let you know if I find those.
If not, I can resend them.
Send them to me too because I don't have them.
And that's something else I wanted to mention was let's share as many photos as we can. We can do that on the Facebook, sphere, or I could give you guys my email. We could start an email thread, whatever's easier.
Okay.
It would be
I
nice if you do it like a Facebook thread or a page or something.
yeah.
I have some of the ranch and Dusty that I'll share with you.
I love
Oh, I
that.
would love that. I'd
Yeah,
love
we could
that.
we could use the her Facebook page. You just go to her Facebook page and share them there.
Oh
Sure.
yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
I've
Perfect.
got a picture that I really wanted to send you that I remember that she came to visit. She had done a modeling shoot and she had this big giant folder full of all these incredible pictures. I mean, she was so beautiful.
She
And
was.
I was so excited because she told me that I could pick any picture in there that I wanted, and I wanted all of
Oh,
them.
He did
So
these amazing glamour shots with like
Yeah.
Harley Davidsons and Corvettes. Loved that. And when she was moving from the place that she was renting that she really loved, that unfortunately was being sold, I went there and gathered all the things I wanted. And there were some of her glamour shots, and I was like,
oh, awesome.
"Mom, can I take these?" And she was just like, I don't care." I was
That
like, "Well,
sounded just like her.
yeah. I was like, "Well, can I take them?" And she was like, "Whatever." And I didn't quite feel right because they were kind of like, like risque.
Risque.
And so I left them for her to grab, but I said, "You take these because I want these one day, and I don't feel right them floating around my house right now." And I'm hoping they're in her little storage unit, so I'll let you.
Oh, I hope so.
Oh,
I hope so.
Your mom was a babe.
She was. She really was.
And she, I hear it echoed over and over, but she was an absolute sweetheart. And
Yeah.
I didn't really piece it all together. I knew she was kind, but when I first met Aranda, that was that was one of the things I was so attracted to, was that I knew that she was going to be kind, and she was going to be sweet to me, and she was going to be sweet to other people around her. And I'm kind of piecing it all together now that was totally just coming from Dusty, because that's the way Dusty was too.
Yeah, our first date, I bought him a beer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was flattered, but she was an absolute sweetheart. That was the thing, is she just was not going to hurt people's feelings
No.
Yeah.
and treat people right. So,
Yeah.
and that's one thing I love about you, and I'm glad that you are continuing to carry that torch for her.
Thank you.
What a world it would be if more people were like her.
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah.
One of my best,
No
favorite
kidding.
memories of all time. I had never been on a boat in my entire life, or really anywhere, and out in the water, out in the ocean. And she came to visit, and I think it was with her husband. He wore this big 10-gallon cowboy hat, and they're like, just out of the blue, they're like, "Let's go rent a boat and go water skiing." And I was like, "Wow!" So we went out in this boat, went water skiing, and she got out there like she'd been doing it all her life.
Wow.
And I was just blown away. And I got out there, did the best I could. But yeah, that's a memory that I always carry with me. That I just love that sense of adventure. And that she had no fear. It was like, we're just going to get in this boat and go out in the middle of the ocean and get on these sticks,
Yeah.
and have some fun. And I mean, it was fun adventure. So that was a
Where
great
did you
Yeah.
go? Was that the Gulf?
That was down there, South Padre Island. Down there, I think we were on the bay side, but I don't remember. I must have been 10 years old. I don't remember, years and ages and all that, but I know I was little and I was scared to death.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, she jumped out there like it was nothing.
It was
That's
so cool.
amazing
I remember friends coming over, and she'd always make sure to rent a place that at least had a pool while we were in Arizona, which was the
Yeah.
beginning of my childhood, right? So we always had a place with a pool, usually a trampoline, and my friends would just say, "Your mom is so cool." And I was just like, I know. But also it was like I felt like I was in her shadow a little bit because she was such a big personality and just like
Oh,
and I was just like
you
sit
you
back
have
and
a really big personality as well, though.
thank
You really do. You
I
do.
think nowadays I do, but when I was younger, she was the big
Yeah.
personality around.
I just want to say real fast. I worked with her for a short time. I knew her like around the last year of her life. But I have a thing where I find heart-shaped things everywhere, and so she knew that, and so she bought me this heart-shaped necklace, and I still have it hanging in my car. And that's what I bought it for, was my car. And then I also just want to say that um, we didn't really go do a lot of fun things together. We just mainly worked together. We did go out to dinner and whatnot. But also, I talked to her on the phone after she became pretty ill. But she still has such a strong fighting spirit. She just
Yeah.
kind of seemed pissed off that her social worker was going to say she couldn't do this or that. She's like, I'm going to go camping. And she's still like you guys were saying, she's still making plans. Like she
Mhm.
wasn't going to let that define her, and
Yeah.
such a big spirit,
Yeah.
really happy. And that she loved the hospice residents that we cared for. Those were her favorite to care for and take care of. So
What was she like to work with, Melanie? Was she a hard worker, or was she always trying to get you to have fun?
I think she's always just trying to joke around and have fun. Unfortunately, near the end, she couldn't do a lot because she was pretty weak. Um, so I just tried to help her out a lot with prepping dinner and stuff like that. So, like I said, I only got to know her for such a short period of time. I feel kind of sad because she was making plans. She wanted me and her to go to Goodwill together to get Halloween costumes. But I was just so busy with work in my private life that I didn't have time to connect with her to do that. But she was just always making plans and wanting to have fun and stuff like that. And go camping. That's all she ever talked about, was wanting to go camping again for the summer.
Yeah.
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 She maximized fun potential, as we call it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and you guys were saying she loved Native American culture. She talked a lot about that. And then she was also telling me, you guys were talking about photo shoots. She was saying how she did a photo shoot with something with these jet fighters or something like that for a calendar. And like she was in a bikini, and the story was pretty risky. I couldn't believe she said it in front of the residents. My resident just plugged her ears, was like, oh my God. But she just said it like a casual thing, like she went and took a walk or something.
Yeah, that sounds just like her.
So, but I was really happy that I got to know her and spend time with her and whatnot near the end. So, yeah.
Yeah, thanks for saying all that. I
Yeah.
wondered how it was at the end for her.
Yeah.
We got somebody heading out here. Chelsea, do you want to say anything before you split? We understand you are on the East Coast and you have early work.
Yeah, I just have a couple more things I have to do before bed, and I usually try to be in bed by 8.
It's okay.
So, no, it's fine. I'm glad I was able to make it. I'm glad that you invited me. It was really fun going through my mom's Facebook page and like finding all the photos. I really wish she could have um, been able to do this, but like since her second stroke, she can't talk anymore, or she can, but she can't communicate very well. Because she has like the best stories with your mom, and they were like
Aw.
best friends. And I always remember her, like whenever I was like with my mom, her just like dropping by, and like she was always at like our birthday party, and my mom always threw like these really big parties, and she'd always come and party really hard. Like we'd always do a birthday party where we combine my mom and I's birthday, and then we would do a big white elephant party where there'd be like so many people, and Dusty and Aranda and Lynn and Danny were always there every single year. We'd always
What
like
was your
fight over the
mom's
kids.
name? What is your
Wendy.
mom's name? Wendy.
Wendy.
Okay.
Yeah. And just I really miss her laugh. Like she had such
Yeah.
a unique, heartwarming laugh.
Yes.
And
Yes.
it was huh?
While you're on that topic, she had this teddy bear that one of her boyfriends at some point got her. And you press the foot of the teddy bear and it went, "Wah, ha, 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 ha." I was like, this sounds just like her. Her laugh is
Funny. She just had such a joyous laugh, like
Yeah.
if even if you didn't think it was funny, if you heard her laugh, you'd start laughing too with it. You'd be like, that
Yeah.
was good.
Yeah.
Gets you too. It was contagious.
The whole ha.
And I just remember like
Oh.
I think the reason why your mom and my mom got along so well was because they were just such creative people.
Yeah.
And they had such creative outlets together, and they would just like your mom would love coming over and seeing like what new project my mom had, and like like
Yeah, both very
like,
intuitive people, like one foot in like the netherworld or something
yes,
like
yeah.
that. Some like magical kingdom in their brain all the time.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, I'm gonna miss her. And I mean, even just like not this last Christmas, but the Christmas before, it was Jerry's birthday, and she came by for that, and we were playing put the birthday theme this year for Jerry was narwhal. So everything had narwhals on it. We played porn.
Uh-oh.
I remember like your mom.
You're cutting out a little bit, Chelsea. I'm sorry.
Oh no. Hi. Am I better? Oh no. Hello.
Yep.
Oh no. I'm not sure what's going on. Oh no.
Thanks for being here, Chelsea. We appreciate it. It's a shame that
Sorry.
you
Sorry it cut out.
couldn't be
It
here.
was nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you guys.
Thank you
It's
so
great
much.
to meet you
So much.
too. Thank you for joining in.
Stories. You guys have a wonderful evening, and Miranda, I really, really hope we stay in touch.
Absolutely. I was there for the narwhal party and
Oh yeah, I thought
maybe
you
I'll
left.
be
I thought
around.
you were the day after.
Oh yeah, I saw the aftermath.
I guess you were there right after. You were yeah, because it was your mom came the day before, and then you came like the day after. And yeah, we did. Did my mom make you do pin the narwhal too when you came?
Oh, actually, no, we didn't, but I saw the cute narwhal themed stuff and we got party favors.
Yes. Yeah.
All right.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right, you guys. Have a good evening. Nice to meet everyone.
Meet
Great to
you.
meet you too. Thank you for
Bye.
coming.
Bye.
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 Do we say a prayer?
Mm, no. Thomas asked if we should say a prayer. I don't know
I
if
mean,
that,
I don't know any.
I don't know if
I
that's really her
don't know of any Native American prayers.
The last time I talked to her, she was like, I identify as Native American now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We would go to powwows all the time.
Yeah.
She loved
Hi,
that stuff.
Ruth.
And
Hi,
we,
Ruth.
there's Rue. Yeah. And we would we would stand by the drums at the powwow. And I really recommend if you get a powwow in your area, check it out. It's so much fun. Shop the local jewelry and sit by the drums. It's very cool.
Yeah, that sounds cool.
I'm sorry, my work is calling me, and so I have to leave this and go check on that just in case anything's going on. But
Thank you, Melanie, for
as soon as-
joining
It's
us.
nice
Thanks
to
for
meet
the
you.
story.
yeah, thank you for allowing me to be here. Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
Thanks.
Sure.
Bye.
Great for you to show up. Thank you so much.
You're
We
welcome. Thank you,
appreciate it.
guys. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
I'm gonna get going too. I've got to make dinner, so I better get on it. Time's getting late, so I better get with it. And I'm so glad I got to be with you all this afternoon
It was
and
nice to meet
share
you.
with you guys. Yeah, thank you so much for
So
all arranging.
we'll all share pictures that we might have on Facebook on her page, I guess.
Oh, and Nancy, before you go, I do want to ask that you light a candle for her tonight and play Cat Stevens' Moon Shadow. That's everyone's homework tonight. She loved that song.
Moonshine.
Oh, okay. I know she was talking to me about
Moonshine.
the Rolling Stones and how much I had impacted her with the Rolling Stones.
That's cool. Yes. Yeah, so light a candle for her tonight and listen to some Cat Stevens and then some Rolling Stones.
There you
Will
go.
do. Will do. Definitely.
Hi, thank you. Good to see
I'll
you.
play my drum too.
Oh, I love that.
There you
Okay.
go.
You would
Yeah.
love that.
Yes, I think would be appropriate for her. I will do
Definitely.
that.
Yes.
Thank you so much for organizing this. I appreciate it so much. And I'm sorry my brother Steve could not be here with us as well. He wanted to. As you know, he checked out too. So he's
Mm.
in another place for now. But he did care about Dusty as well. And as Joyce said, we had a lot of people in our home growing up, a lot, many times. And Tom and Linda did live with there for quite a number of years later on in life. And then, we all traversed to each other's houses here and there. And, I enjoyed being able to do that with my sister Lynn and Dusty. And it's so great to meet you, Tiffany, because I have heard so much about you. So thank you so much.
Oh, thank you for saying that. Thank you.
I'm glad I got to meet you.
You
And
too.
you too, Grace, and everyone else on here. And good to see you, Aranda. And you guys are doing so good up there. I'm so happy for you. Your marriage is going along so great. It's inspiring.
Thank you. He's perfect.
Have a good night.
Yeah, you guys too. Thanks so much. And I'll put messages on Dusty's page, and you guys enjoy them. I'll put some photos of
Okay.
her when she's growing up a little bit. I have a few, not a whole lot.
I would
but
love that.
yeah, I have a couple, so we'll put them up. And if you have some, please put some up. I'd love to see them as well.
It was nice to see your face. Gorgeous.
Take care, all. And you know how to find me. See you later.
Bye-bye. Nice
Bye.
meeting you. Okay, well, I'm going to say goodbye too. It was so good to meet everybody and
It
hear
was nice to meet you too.
all these
Yeah.
lovely stories about this wonderful person who mothered this wonderful daughter who
Mhm.
I'm sure I will see again sometime.
Oh yeah.
Thanks for being
Yeah,
here, Auntie,
yeah,
and listening and
yeah.
learning about Dusty. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. So thank you for having this, and I'm so glad I was able to tune in and act like a professional, and come to the meeting and be on time, and you know,
You figured it out. You got your audio and video working too.
right? Yeah, it's left over from when I had to do it for work, so it's still on the phone somehow, still working. So
It was so nice to
I
see
love you,
your
Auntie.
face.
okay, bye.
Love you
Now I
Bye.
guys.
figure out how to exit. So
Oh
there we
yeah.
go.
Don't worry about it. You'll figure it out.
Okay, bye.
Bye-bye.
I'm gonna
Bye.
exit too.
All right,
Um,
Yep, thank you for being
it does
here.
feel like my family just grew, bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah.
Feels good.
yeah,
Yeah. Thank you
Yeah.
for setting this up, and I
absolutely.
love y'all.
Love you.
Okay.
Love
Thanks
you.
for the
Good. Thank you for
memories.
being here.
And Moon Shadow is one of my favorite songs, so
Oh,
I'm
good.
I
listening.
love that song.
Good. Yeah.
Somebody needs to play it right now.
Yeah.
I would if I could figure that out.
Yeah.
That's okay. That'll be our little thing we do tonight. And, we'll be thinking of each other and thinking of her. So,
Yeah.
So since we're on Zoom, should we go ahead and talk about third quarter projections?
yeah. Or projections of.
I do remember one
That
gift
was great.
that she gave me that was so special. Hadn't seen her in a while. And it might have been at that state fair that we went to, but she came out with this. She had something for me just out of the blue. And it was a belt buckle she must have known that I like collecting coins. And it had this 1923 silver dollar in it. And I
Wow.
cherished that thing for so long. And was so special to me that she went out of her way to collect that and buy it and, hold it for me. And so she was always thinking,
Yeah.
oh, she would see something and would think of somebody, oh, this person would like
Yeah.
that. And then one funny thing about her is in Laredo, she made cinnamon toothpicks one time. And
Oh, I remember. I was
so I
gonna
thought it was
say
so
the same thing.
special. Yeah, I had no idea what cinnamon was. So I was like, oh, I can't wait. I thought it was like candy. So I put that in my mouth and she just kind of stood back and she was waiting for the reaction.
Bam.
She
And I was like,
They're pretty potent, huh?
yeah,
she would make those cinnamon toothpicks and then she would package them up and sell them for
yep.
10 cents a pack at school. So that was one of her jobs also.
Little cellophane packs.
Slinging
But they would,
toothpicks.
And I
yes,
wanted
and
to act like
but
I
she
liked
had to
it.
be careful what she put them on because I'm probably really loud, sorry.
No, it's perfect.
No matter what she put them on, the cinnamon would eat through it. So like she couldn't, I can't remember what she finally would put them on, but even if she put them on metal, it would eat like it was so funny. But that was like probably one of her first jobs,
Oh my
selling
gosh. She did
packages of cinnamon chips.
she loves cinnamon gum.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
hilarious.
My mouth was like burning, but I wanted to act like I liked it so much because it was from
It
her.
was pure cinnamon oil.
I think she was laughing inside.
Yeah.
Totally. Oh, that's so funny. I love that. Oh my gosh.
Aw. This
I
has
can't-
been really nice. This has been
Yeah, I
nice.
agree.
I've been so
Uh,
sad and sad but happy, not happy but sad that she's not here anymore. And the last time I talked to her, she just sounded like her. So I guess I didn't realize how bad things had gotten, even though Aranda, you had told me that things had gotten pretty bad, but she had kind of bounced back from that. It felt like,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
maybe she just didn't want me to know how bad things had gotten. And
Mhm.
I appreciate that about her, that she did not want us to worry, even right up to the end. Um,
Yeah, she
So,
very much like to protect her loved ones from darkness.
yes,
Well, it was doing that
exactly.
too.
Yeah.
I feel like she, first she couldn't get out of bed, but then she was back at work, and then she
Yeah.
was time off, but then she was back at work again, and so it was kind of, I think it was just up
Well,
and down.
her will and then what her body could allow her
Yeah.
to do were totally just had become separate these last
Right.
6 months.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
so
Yeah. But I don't want to say I'm glad, but I am glad that she is not in that body anymore. She deserves so much more than that. And anyway,
agree.
I'm not always the best with words. My words don't come out right all the time, but
Same.
Yeah, we're
yeah,
relieved too, I think, with the last
relieved is probably a better word. Yeah. But I miss her every single day. I miss her. And very, very much.
Me too, and it's so nice
So
to share that with you. Not be the only one.
Thanks for doing this, Aranda. I really appreciate it. I know it's been really hard for you. And
Thank you. It's really healing to see everybody, and it's been
yeah.
it has been hard. It's hard losing your mom.
Yeah. Yeah,
I
I
don't think
can't even
anybody's ever going to
imagine.
be ready for that. And
Mhm.
she was 65, right?
Yeah, so 65.
So it just doesn't make any. It doesn't register. Doesn't make sense.
It doesn't, and it doesn't feel fair, but she also lived a really wild life and
Yeah.
everything she could possibly do. Like she
Yeah.
maximized the fun in her life. And I think she looked around and she was like, what else can I do? I've done it all. She's so
Yeah.
satisfied with her life. She
Yeah.
talked about a lot. So
Yeah.
I don't think she spent a lot of time worrying about what anybody thought about anything. She was going to do it her way,
it
like
wasn't normal by
Yeah.
any means. I remember she married this guy, Pete, and Pete was so normal. I was like 4 or something when they got married, and I just remember him being really normal, and it was too normal for her. Like that was her chance for a normal life, and that's just
That
not
was
cool.
boring.
She got
That
the
was just
hell
too
out of here.
boring.
Just too boring. And she really did choose the wild and reckless life. And
Yeah.
even raising me, she kept me so sheltered. But she did have this private, wild, reckless life besides raising
Yeah.
me. I know on the side somehow. And
I think Nicole can say the same. Nikki can say the same thing about her mom. Had a pretty wild life.
my mom called it get your yayas out. You gotta get your
Oh
yayas
yeah.
out.
She
Yeah.
did. She said that over and over
Get your
again.
yayas out. She'd also say, "Don't worry, it'll work out. It always does."
Yep.
I always say that it'll work out the way it's supposed to.
Yep.
I'm thinking
You
of
do
getting
say
that
that.
tattooed here in her handwriting.
Oh, that's a great idea. I know that Miranda, you were the absolute light of her life, and I can't even fathom what her life would have been like if you hadn't come into it. I mean,
Yeah.
you gave her meaning and purpose, and that she's passed all of these, herself down into you is such a joy to see.
Thank you. She was obsessed with me. I was obsessed with her. And I wasn't going to settle for anybody who wouldn't be as obsessed with me as my mom. So that's why
Yeah.
Thomas works.
It's so good. I love seeing you guys together and watching from afar.
She always wanted a son as well. I don't think a
And
lot
then
of people
she was obsessed with Thomas.
obsessed. And she was supposed to have a son, but she had a miscarriage and she didn't like that that happened. And I
Yeah.
mean, I don't know if there was a way for her to tell the gender of the baby, but because it might have been too soon of the miscarriage, but she told me that she had a son and she was meant to have one, but it didn't happen. And when Thomas came into her life, she just felt so blessed for him to be.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well,
I know that I know her dad couldn't be on this, and
Yeah.
he's not doing so great, but he loved her literally. I mean, more than
Oh,
anything else in
yeah.
the world. And
Yeah.
he told me that last time I talked to him, you know, and that he had some regrets that he wished he could have been there like throughout her entire life, and that he wished that she could have known how much he loved her. And
Oh,
I said,
she
Dad, she
knew.
knew
She,
that.
that's something she never questioned.
And I
She
said,
did question Lynn's love for her. She never questioned David's love for her.
yeah, I told him that. I said, Dad, she knew that. I said, I promise you, she knew that. There was no
They
question.
were two totally different people, but
Yeah.
he did. He loved her tremendously. And
Yeah.
he does have some regret about not being more involved and not being more involved with you, Aranda. And right up until just very, very recently, he expressed that to me. And then it just kind of he's just declined very quickly. So
Well, I understand the
yeah.
decline. I'm seeing it here with my grandma Lynn, and it's really
Yeah.
hard. It's so hard to have them here, but they're not here. But I
Right.
have a memory with David when my mom took me over there to visit him, and I was really young, and I just remember him being in a hammock on his front porch, and he's just lounging, and this big spider walks on by, and I'm freaking out because I haven't spent a lot of time in Texas, and I wasn't used to these big spiders. And he sees that I'm scared. He said, "Don't worry, darling." And he stomps on it, and then it had all these baby spiders on its back. Baby spiders went everywhere.
Yeah.
I just
It's
remember
like that here.
crazy over there. And Nikki, I have a memory with you, just playing on the playground and doing stuff. I'm a lot like I was younger, so but I don't remember a ton, but I remember that we argued if cats and dogs were supposed to be boys or girls. I said cats were girls and dogs were boys. And you said no. Dogs are girls and cats are boys, obviously. So that was our little kid argument.
I'm so glad to see you, Nicole. Sitting back there.
Yeah, Nicole, I'm so glad
So
you're on
glad you're
here.
on
When I
here.
saw your name pop up, I was so happy to see that. And Melissa too. Melissa's
Melissa,
there.
wherever you are, stay
I
with
wasn't sure
me.
they were gonna let me be able to be here and participate or even
They
listen because
really
you know
can.
how loud they get.
Yeah.
But they were good.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, Nana.
Hi, honey.
He's so sweet.
John wants to say hi.
Hi, John.
Hey there.
Hi.
How you doing, buddy?
Don't mind his haircut. He decided to cut it himself the other night, and we haven't been able to fix it yet.
So who are you? Like the
That's Nana.
no, I'm talking about like the second one.
That one?
Yes. Sir.
That's my Uncle David. That's
Oh.
Nana's brother.
Hi, Uncle
Hi.
David.
And then
How
right
are you,
below
sir?
him is my cousin Aranda.
Oh, hi, cousin Amanda.
That's her
I
husband.
love you guys.
Cousin Amanda.
Hi.
Like, can I put you on the portal so that way we can?
No, this isn't through Facebook. This is a whole different situation, okay?
Okay. So, Uncle David.
Yes, sir.
So yes, my birthday is coming up.
Oh, awesome.
He's excited he's
timing.
turning 21.
Holy cow.
Yeah, when
And
did
I
that
got
happen?
Yeah.
and then I help mom and dad with the microwave,
Okay, they don't need to know about all our new
That makes me 36. Holy cow.
Ugh.
So
Okay, say bye.
cousin Miranda.
Aranda.
Miranda.
Aranda. There you go.
So like, okay, when were you born?
She's younger than me. Aranda, how old are you?
How old am I? I'm 36.
Okay, yeah, she's younger than me. A couple years.
Okay. So like,
I'm 31. I wish I was.
Oh,
I really wish I was.
wait, 39? Wait, not 32?
39. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go. They're getting wild and crazy.
Okay.
Yep. Can I tell you my new cup? Like
No, no. Hey,
Love you guys.
love y'all.
Bye.
Thank you, Aranda, for doing this.
Bye, you guys.
Bye.
Thank you so much for
Bye.
coming.
Bye, Nana. See you next week.
Bye.
No, 2
Okay.
weeks.
2 weeks.
All right, love y'all. Bye.
Yep.
Love
Oh,
ya.
I'm
Bye.
going.
Yeah.
Bye.
Well,
And
does
then there
anybody
was
have
three.
anything else? What?
And then there was three.
Yeah. Well,
Hopefully Melissa's out there somewhere
she's
listening.
right there. She's right there. She's
Melissa, if
listening.
you're there, I love you, girl.
I think she can probably hear you.
Blink,
She's just not
blink once if
speaking.
you can hear me.
Well, I love you guys so much.
Love you too.
And
We need to do this more often.
Yeah,
yeah,
that'd be awesome. Maybe we could do a
be
Zoom
nice.
We
family
could have done this.
reunion.
Yeah.
I mean,
That wouldn't that be cool?
I mean, it's
That would be so
easy.
cool.
Yeah, I'm lucky that I learned how to facilitate a Zoom meeting from my body worker people. I kind of do like assisting for one of my favorite teachers. I was like kept taking all his classes whenever he came into town. He actually lives in Colorado. And then he's like, you seem really into this. Do you want to like assist stuff? And I was like, yeah. And then 2020 hit. And
Yeah,
we all did Zoom classes for a while. And he's like, how about you help me with Zoom? So I got to learn all about it. So
that's cool.
Awesome.
That's cool. And I think that this recorded, so
Oh,
maybe
cool.
yeah, I'll be able
can
to
put it,
download that and
yeah.
share it. Maybe I'll share it on the event page or on mom,
Okay.
maybe just on mom's page. Yeah.
Okay. Sounds good. Whenever I have anything that's a little bit too long, I always put it on YouTube. It seems to be a little bit easier to upload. I don't know if you want to do that or not, but
Yeah,
um
I can definitely do that. And I eventually want to make a slideshow of a bunch of photos over it. David, I would love to see her glamour shot if you have it. If you
I
could,
have it in my my keepsake trunk.
oh
So I'm
man,
gonna
if
pull
you
it
could,
out. I would love to send it to you.
yeah, that'd be
Please
great. If you
shoot me
could,
your address. I'll
okay.
get it in the mail to you. But I'll also post it. Well,
Or you
I
can
guess it's
you can
okay.
always just scan it and email it if you want to keep it too. So
Okay.
I'm easy.
Yeah. I
I
don't
don't have
know.
to have the original.
She's in a swimsuit, so I don't know if that's something I should post or not, but I'll run it by you first.
Okay. Yeah, that's probably a thong because that was her favorite.
It's
yeah,
such
I
a
don't think she'd
cool.
care. I think she'd get a kick out of that.
Yeah.
Honestly, yeah, she loved to be celebrated, and I'm really happy we finally got to do this. I would have loved to
Yeah.
have done like a living wake for her, but the fact that she wasn't comprehending,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it was just hard. So
Yeah. Well, I love you
So
guys.
glad I finally got to meet you guys in a way, and I
yeah,
just
Yeah, nice to meet.
Yeah, you guys are welcome out on the West Coast if you ever make it out to Oregon.
it's on our bucket list to come to Oregon.
And
So
here we are in Texas. You guys are welcome anytime.
yeah, here.
We'd love to go to Texas.
I'd like to check it out. Well, I
Yeah.
was there for my grandma Glenda's memorial, but it was just really like a couple days. And then
I
I
promise not to step on any spiders.
oh my gosh, yeah. Whew.
Yeah, if you get a chance to come through Houston at any time, stop and stay with us.
Okay, that'd be awesome.
That'd be great.
Okay.
I get good Mexican food in those places where you guys are at. So
Yeah. Well, I guess that's it.
yeah, we're
You
about to go
guys
have
are
dinner.
amazing.
So
I see her face in
Look,
your face, in both your faces.
you do. Oh, I miss her.
yeah,
All right. Well, I guess that's it. That's all she wrote.
you guys keep doing what you're doing. It's working.
Cool.
Good.
Yeah.
You
So
guys,
happy
Yeah.
for you.
Thank you.
Yeah, something
Look, you
that's so
guys,
special.
all three of you, well, okay, not Melissa and I, but Nicole and David and you, all three of you have really wonderful relationships and long-standing relationships. So that's good to see. that's kind of an inspiration. I really love that about you guys.
It's a lot of work. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
Thomas is like, it's not any work at all.
But loving you?
Aw,
No.
Oh,
he's so
I
She
sweet.
love
makes
that.
it easy. She's like, get out of the house, go hang with the guys. I need
Oh,
to.
and I'm looking forward to seeing more of what you've been doing with your house.
Oh
To,
yeah,
uh,
I'll be
to
posting.
see what color you're going to paint the front door.
Oh wait, one more story popped into my head before you guys go. The only time mom ever threatened to spank me was I didn't share my toys with her friends' kids that we would all hang out and play toys. And I didn't want to share my toy with a kid. And she said, "How dare you? You can't, you have to share." She's like,
Oh, that sounds just like her.
meet me in the room and you're getting a spanking. And she had never, she must have been trying to be like her friend or something because this was not her. And so the kid who was savvy to this kind of treatment was like, come with me. And so we scurried off into a back room and she said, put these in your pants. And she handed me all these hard shell books. And so I put 3 hard shell books down my pants. And then I waddled into the room to get my spanking. And she laughed immediately so hard, like belly laugh. And she's like, I can't spank you now because it's too funny. So that's the one time I almost got spanked.
That's funny. That's
Yeah.
funny.
Oh my gosh.
But anyway, yeah, you guys light a candle for her tonight. Play some cat
Yeah,
Stevens. She would love that.
will
And
do.
she was such a ritualistic person, so
Yeah,
she would really like for that to happen. So I hope everybody does it.
will do. I'll do that.
Thank
We'll
you.
do.
Don't forget,
Whatever.
David, Moon Shadow.
Moon shadow. All right.
You might cry. It's okay. It's good for you.
Nice to
Yeah,
meet you guys. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for doing
thank
this.
you.
Love you guys.
Thomas, it's nice to meet you.
Yeah, hopefully we'll meet in person someday.
Yeah,
Will
I hope
do.
so.
Love you guys so
Bye,
much.
Have a
guys.
good night.
Thank you for making the time.
Bye.
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 Come on.